everybody, my name is John Ordoñez. I'm the CEO at Luxury Homes Costa Rica, and we haven't met before. This is the second video I'm making about the topic called buying real estate in Costa Rica. We're gonna just go right to the points. We're gonna just start right to the points. It's a pleasure having you watching this video and subscribing and following us in all our social media and the YouTube channel. We created, just for those that didn't watch the previous video, we created this channel to help people coming to Costa Rica, that is planning to come to Costa Rica, or is coming to Costa Rica, or people that is already here in Costa Rica that are planning to buy a property, real estate in Costa Rica, are planning to invest in this country, or retire, or any other related matter. Right now we're going to talk about some tips and advices to find a good attorney for your transaction, for the real estate transaction. The first thing we're going to talk about is one thing. Make sure your attorney is bilingual. Make sure your attorney is bilingual and really professional in his field. He's a real attorney, and also make sure your attorney is a notary. In Costa Rica, you will need an attorney, and if your attorney is at the same notary, which is a legal thing here in Costa Rica, some countries, an attorney is an attorney and then a notary is different, but in Costa Rica, they can be both. So when an attorney is an attorney, a notary is gonna make more easy a transaction, okay? But don't worry, most of them are both. But just ask. Make sure. Sometimes what some attorneys do is that if they didn't complete the degree to be both in Costa Rica, they are normally just one attorney, and then they hire somebody else to be the notary, and then it's gonna just make the process of buying a property much more difficult. So make sure, ask your attorney about that, okay? If, as much as possible, try to get an attorney that is both attorney and a notary, okay? That's one point. Then the second point is make sure your attorney is experienced in real estate transactions. That's very important. I've seen a lot of mistakes, a lot of frustrated clients working with attorneys that are not professional in the real estate field. There are many ways where attorneys work, litigation and taxes and so many other things that they are experiencing. So make sure your attorney, ask him, and check about the firm where he's working, and check about his profile, check the Facebook information, check the LinkedIn information, any other sources to make sure your attorney is experienced in real estate. That's gonna be a big help for your transaction when you're buying a real estate in Costa Rica. That's the second one, okay? We're gonna go for the third one. The third one is make sure your attorney is responsive. Make sure your attorney is gonna be working for you. I would say make sure your attorney is gonna be there for you when you really need his services. Let's say when you send an email about a situation, a question in the negotiation, a question about papers, about contracts, about all these things. Some attorneys, I don't know if they're too busy or something like that, but make sure you hire an attorney that is fast, is quick, because when you're signing documents, when you're getting a nice deal, when we have a nice deal together and we have agreed on prices and terms, we need then the process of the attorney to be fast enough to get the things done and don't delay things that don't need to be delayed. Okay, make sure your attorney is responsive and in everything, okay? Then we're gonna go to the fourth. Make sure your attorney is not too busy. Make sure your attorney is not too busy so he does not answer quick enough your questions, doesn't respond, comments or recommendations about contracts, an attorney that is not connecting to the seller's attorney and things like that. Make sure your attorney is up to speed, your attorney is up to the things about the new laws, about the new things that normally the government passes, knows about the whole thing, because there are so many taxes that he has to check if they were paid already, and so many other details that an attorney has to check, but all that in most of the cases is going to be quick. That's my recommendation after 13 years working in this field in Costa Rica and closing many deals. So these are problems that I normally see when we come to a closing situation. Okay? Then we're going to go to the fifth point that I want to talk about now, and I want to talk about today. Make sure your attorney is a helper and not a blocker. Basically, that's, what I'm saying is this. Make sure your attorney really wants to help you, get the dream house that you just found with your broker. Make sure your attorney wants to work with the attorney that you choose since the beginning to buy this property. Make sure your attorney is a person that respects everybody, and make sure your attorney is open to listen to advices, to listen to other comments from experienced real estate agents. Sometimes attorneys want to do their own thing, and if they are not experienced, and even if they're experienced, when you are working with an agent, with a real estate agent or a broker that is experienced, it's going to help you a lot to close a transaction together with the attorney. So make sure your attorney is open to do all that. That at the end is going to benefit you in the transaction. Checking taxes, checking legal titles, checking the property appraisers and things like that. So many things that are going to be involved in a transaction. If your attorney is working with the real estate agent, with the broker, with the firm that is helping you buy this property, is the best way to do it. Okay, don't just focus. These are one mistake that a lot of buyers do, is that once they have an attorney, they let's say they obey whatever the attorney says with no question. So that's not, I would not recommend to do that. That's not a good practice when closing a deal in Costa Rica, buying your dream property. Yeah, we have to listen to the attorney, follow most of the recommendations and things, because he's an advisor for all the legal matters. But this attorney should not close the door to listen to the agency broker that is helping in the transaction. So together are going to close a nice deal for you, and then you're going to be living the dream of your life in this beautiful country, Costa Rica. It doesn't matter if it's in the city in San Jose, if it's in the beautiful coastline in the Caribbean or in the Pacific side. It doesn't matter. Your attorney needs to be a helper and not a blocker. Make sure about that. Talk to your attorney. Try to get a relation. Don't just stick to one attorney. Try to talk to, I'll say, 2, 3, even 4 attorneys before you hire somebody for a transaction. Make sure you go to their office, you talk to them, and also, my last tip is this: check about the prices. The law school in Costa Rica has some regulations about prices for different transactions. But most attorneys follow that, some others go over that, and some others go lower than these amounts given by the School of Law in Costa Rica. So check the prices. It doesn't mean that the most expensive one is the best one. It doesn't mean that the cheapest one is the worst one. I mean, make sure that the attorney is gonna charge you, something that is normal, is correct, and is not overpriced or things like that. Check prices before you hire an attorney. If you're gonna buy a $200,000 home, $500,000 home, $1 million, $2 million, whatever, ask the attorney, ask 2, 3, 4 attorneys what is the cost for that. Costs are going to be different depending on the property, because there are other things about the value of the property with the National Registry in Costa Rica that is going to change those closing costs. But if you get an idea of these attorneys, how much it's going to be based on the buying price, it's going to help you a lot to save money. It's going to help you a lot to close a smooth transaction when you're buying real estate in Costa Rica. Make sure about that. And also, you have to know this: in Costa Rica, 99% of the buyers have to pay the closing costs. So that's why it's very important for you as a buyer to consider, when buying a property, those costs. Normally, if attorneys are following the rules and all that stuff, it's around 3.5% of the purchase value. All right, to around 3.75% from the purchase value. That is going to be the closing costs, including attorney fees, including taxes, including everything for you to have the property that you want. Make sure you talk to your attorney and get an attorney that is experienced in real estate transactions in Costa Rica. All right, that's those points that I gave you. Make sure it's bilingual, make sure it's professional, and make sure it's experienced in the real estate transactions. Make sure it's responsive, make sure it's not too busy, and it's answering your questions, your comments. Make sure it's a helper and it's not a blocker, and check about the price. I am just giving you these 6 points. You can arrange them in different scale, like price could be first for you and then the rest. I just put it in an order that I just thought, but these are the characteristics you have to look for in an attorney before you hire an attorney to buy real estate in Costa Rica. I think that's it for this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's helping you a lot in your transaction and your decision to move to this beautiful country. If you have any questions, you can leave it right here in the video, or you can contact us to our email address, our email information in our YouTube channel. And if you really like it, if you enjoyed it and it's helping you in some way, please like it and please subscribe to our channel, share it with your friends, share it with anybody you think that is planning to come to Costa Rica. My office and I, we are open and we are available to answer any of your questions. We have a board of attorneys working for us, and we can answer any of the questions that you may have. And hopefully one day we're going to be able to meet you, to help you find the dream of your homes. And if you're coming to Costa Rica, you're going to be welcome. It's a beautiful country. The weather is beautiful. Most of the year we have some rainy months, but it's a nice country. We're gonna create so much videos about different topics, and just stay tuned to our channel, and we're gonna be also posting new listings, new exclusive and very unique properties that we always get in Luxury Homes Costa Rica. So just go ahead and follow us, stay with us, and you're gonna learn a lot about Costa Rica. It's been a pleasure to see you. It's been a pleasure to help through this channel, and here we are in Costa Rica, ready to help. Have a great day. Enjoy.